Just figured I'd do my thoughts video. My thoughts. The Cowboys, Dak Prescott has surgery on his thumb. I said that he would be back week 6, even though ESPN was saying he was going to be gone 6 to 8 weeks. He will only miss 4 games, and he will be back. And he will end with 70 games in the Super Bowl. So watch for the number 70. I also saw something there for him going 16-5, but I'm looking at these 4 games that he's out. They're going to get 2 of those are going to be losses. One of them is going to be a win, and the other one may be a tie or a win, one or the other. They're going to go 2-2 or 1-3-1, like 131 championship. Oh, so don't worry about Dak and the Cowboys. They are still there, and I had them losing 5 games. So now I know how they're going to lose 5 games. You also have to realize that Texas, the Dallas Cowboys, are America's team. The entire world loves them, and anybody that likes to bet has been betting them and is going to keep betting them because they're die-hard Cowboys fans. So how do you get all those fans not to bet on them? This is the best case scenario. Take out the quarterback. Say he's not going to be back for half the season. They don't put anything down on their futures. By the time they do, they're already back and probably have starting out with like a 3-3 record with Dak coming back. And then even if they go 4-3, 5-3, 6-3, they're still not looking that good. They're probably be playing some crappy teams at that point. And before you know it, the odds aren't going to be worth you thinking that you want to put money on them. Because on the other side of the ball, they're going to have some other teams that are going to be like, I think the Broncos will probably end up like 9-1 at that time. There's going to be some other teams that are going pretty bad, be looking pretty good. Everybody's on the Bills, all right? They're going to, and I think they may end up losing this next Monday against the Titans. Watch out for that game, Monday Night Football. I know there was an underdog that just won this last Monday, but I think it may be an underdog Monday Night Football again, and the Titans beat the Bills. Everybody's going to be on those Bills. Now, Iraq Dinar, I think it's going Saturday. Now, they've already have the following Monday as a bank holiday for the UK. So why would they make it a bank holiday? Queen Elizabeth hasn't done anything financially for anybody except take money. I know that they said they want all the assets back to the Vatican by September 30th, but now she's gone. September 19th is going to be when they, if it did revalue on the 17th, then you would go to the bank on the 19th. I don't know how that's going to happen in the U.S., but maybe across the world, maybe that bank, that's going to be, all the banks are going to be closed on that day for her birthday. Maybe they force people to wait 2 or 3 days before they end up letting people go to the banks. Also, September 17th, I think it's bigger than just Iraq Dinar. I think it's a lot of other things. I think that something is coming to where, I know people have heard about Nasara Jassara, and I don't think all debt will be completely wiped out. Biden's already foreshadowed getting rid of education, college debt. But I think there's something coming for all, like car loans, any credit cards, anything like that, just to be any kind of debt people have like that, completely wiped out. Very possible. I think that there's something for the gold. Now, I don't got much gold. I haven't thought much about gold because I've been collecting other things, cryptos, dinar, stuff like that. But 1971, we went off the gold standard. And that's the same numbers, 1971, 1917, 176, 971, 179, everything that you've seen, we've seen those numbers. And if you look not just at financial of Iraq, I've been seeing that 1917, I've showed y'all in everything. No matter what kind of story it is. It could be sports, it could be politics. I've been seeing those numbers everywhere. Some rapper just died, or some rock and roll R&B guy just died at the age of 51. 51 years later, and I did a prediction with The Rock, which is blasphemy of Christ being the rock of salvation. Everything is playing out like it's Revelations right now, right? So for something big like this to happen, I think it's going to be more than just the Iraq dinar. I mean, and that's where people ask questions. Is this currency going to go? Is that currency going to go? Is it going to be attached to crypto? From what I can tell, there may be something there for anything to do with Ripple. There may be some kind of digital dollar that we're paid out in. There could be some kind of debt relief for everyone, not just the people that have Iraq dinar, which would give people money, but also take away debt from people. When this regime change of the Queen dying is foreshadowing something big happening. There's something to do with the number 70, all right? So she reigned for 70 years. I connect it to sports. So Tom Brady just went 7-0 against the Cowboys on the first week of football on 9/11. And then I have the Cowboys winning when Dak Prescott comes back, and I have him getting his 70th win in the Super Bowl. So that 70 is huge. And I know that's a 777 right there. I think 343 is 7 times 7 times 7. And I think 343, if you look it up, might be the Bucks total losses right now. Anyway, I don't know. It's like 433, 434, something like that. But there's something there for gold. Now, I know gold, what is it, 79th element, AU, and I think it has an atomic mass of 197 that hits our numbers too. And went off the gold standard in 1971. Here it is, 51 years later. I've attached stuff to Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant. Her birthday is 5/1. There's somebody else that's birthday was just 5/1. Patrick Mahomes has won a Super Bowl. He's been big in sports. His birthday is 9/17. There's blasphemy out there with the whole Patrick name in sports. That's why you have Tom Patrick Brady, Patrick Mahomes. I think, what is Josh Allen's middle name? I think it might be Patrick. Josh Patrick Allen. There's a lot of Pats going on, right? And it's blasphemy, and it attaches, and it's all spiritual stuff, and it goes right back to St. Patty's Day. So I've explained y'all stuff about the beast system. We got to realize in Revelation 13:5, it says the beast shall reign for 42 months, or 40 and 2 months. So if you look at all of sports in the past year, everything is like 4-2. Series have ended 4-2. You see a huge 4-2 number. Actually, before I was onto all this, I used to watch games. And if the clock stopped right at 42 seconds left in the game, I noticed that a lot of the teams that when it stopped, whoever had the ball, they were usually down. They would come back and they'd get a touchdown within 2 plays. That might be something you want to watch. I haven't done it in a while. But I think something big is coming. It might deal with crypto, the dinar, gold, eliminating debt. But whatever it is, I'm not on the doom and gloom side. I don't think that we're going into the negative anymore. We've been in the negative. COVID was the negative, right? I think we're on the positive side of the sine wave now. What goes up must come down, and we're about to come out of this like we're coming out of the ashes, just like The Rock said in the Super Bowl. It's time. Rising up from the ashes. Finally, it is time. Got to watch out for him. He's going to be gone on February 8th next year. Okay, and if that goes down, it's just going to be fruition of just crazy stuff that I see, patterns that I see that lead me to the things that I see. All right, people ask, "Oh, what if you predicted before?" I've predicted stuff that there's no possible way for you to come up with some of the stuff that I came up with. Last year I was talking about Bill Russell. Now, I know he's in his 80s and he died at 88, but I had him as first on my list of people that are going to be gone based off of what I saw. And he's gone. All right? I predicted March 11th. I was on Facebook 2 years before it happened, talking about March 11th, our world is going to change. This is going to be the day that is going to change our entire world. It's going to be bigger than 9/11. I said that. Okay? A week before March 11th. Every year for 2 years I said that, including this last, right when it happened, I did it. Somebody actually got on the post that day and said, nothing happened. The whole world shut down. All right? I had people at my work laughing at me when I was telling them like 3-4 months before that date, hey, this is going to happen. We're not going to go to work. We're going to be shut down. Nobody's going to go to work. You know what? I'm going to go on vacation, and I'm not using my vacation days. Everybody was laughing at me. Well, they weren't laughing when it happened, and they remembered what I said, and they called me. All right? But they still didn't think it was that big of a prediction. All right? If Nostradamus predicted it, it would have been huge. That's why I call myself Aarondamus. But something is going down, and it's going to be big, and I think it's going to be positive, and I think that it's going to be a lot to do with finance, and I think it's going to help out everybody. All right? And I don't know about Nasara, Jasara, and all that, but they may just decide, you know what, let's eliminate this debt. But you got to realize, they just shut down the entire world. All right? Every country is a business. If you shut down a business, they have to go bankrupt. When you go bankrupt, what do? You basically declare bankruptcy, and you don't owe any debt anymore. So I think that is coming. Somehow debt is going to be eliminated for all countries, and part of that is going to be our own personal debt. So let's see what happens. But those are my thoughts right now. Also, Texas A&M, even though they got beat, very second game of the season, and then they're about to go on a run now, go all the way and end up playing Ohio State. And just so you know, whenever I'm seeing this stuff, I'm connecting. I started out, I was connecting the Iraq dinar, then it led me to the Astros beating the Mets in the World Series, then it led me to the Cowboys beating the Broncos in the Super Bowl, then it led me to the Texas A&M possibly beating the Ohio State Buckeyes in the national championship. And while I look at different stuff and I see headlines, I start looking up stuff. I think the Loyola Chicago may end up winning the NCAA basketball tournament. Now, the odds of all those teams, or any of those teams, is not good, okay? Especially Dallas with their quarterback going out first game of the season, all right? If I get any of those right, I didn't do it based off of my thoughts or knowing anybody on the teams. I did it all from looking at news headlines, looking at time spans between birthdays and dates, and then the events of games. And if I get any of those right, it's basically telling you I'm on the right path. And I'm already really close with the Astros and Mets. I've been on them for 3 months, and they're at the top of they're the top of the food chain right now. So people now we got, oh, that's easy, they're at the top. Well, I did this 3 months ago when the Yankees were, they thought it was going to be Yankees and Mets, and Yankees were winning everything and thought they were going to be probably have set the record all time. Now everybody's on the Dodgers, but the Astros and Mets, it's going down, and I'm going to be yelling timber. Well, we'll see. But any of those things that happen is going to be, if any of those manifest, it's going to let me know that I'm on the right path. Any of them. Right now I'm looking for September 17th, and that should be huge. Hopefully. We'll see. Have a good one, and don't be a dirty dog. Take a dang bath.